Alright, I was on my way back from dropping off some potions, and I see Isabella here. Hopefully she has nothing bad to say, especially since by this point I have now re-romanced Meryl.
Fine. There. You got a pat. Now will you leave me be? Try to sniff my crotch and I swear I'll stab you. Shoo!
He's just being a friendly dog.
Don't mind him. He's just showing off to try to win you over.
I don't dislike dogs. I just don't like having my leg humped. At least, not without dinner and a drink. And now I've forgotten what I came here for. Blast. Silly dog.
Well, I guess that's something new. Maybe. Although I really don't know. Hard to remember this stuff anymore. I also don't remember if we had Fenris come in and talk to the dog, but we'll have Fenris come in and say hello.
A fascinating breed. Such intelligence and strength. Do you ever wonder what he thinks about?
Sometimes I do, yes.
I'm not always sure I want to know.
Are you aware that this breed originated in Tevinter? The Magisters bred them. It's said the Mabari defected during the Imperium's invasion of Ferelden. Merely a tale, but I rather like the idea they found the barbarians more palatable than the mages. Exactly so. Let's hope your hound doesn't take after his ancestors too strongly,
Oh, good dog. He is a very good dog.
So that's how you greet your brother, is it, Bartrand? Fine. Say hello, Bianca. I'll take you off. Bianca's getting low. You want a piece of me? Bartrand! I'm coming for you, you nut-humping bastard! Coming for you, you nut-humping bastard! You want a piece of me? Bartrand! I'm coming for you, you nut-humping bastard! Peter! Bartrand! I'm coming for you, you nut-humping Let's dance, you sons of bitches! Nothing but let dance, you sons of bitches! You want a piece of me? Bartrand! I'm coming for you, you nug-humping bastard! You want a piece of me? Let's dance, you sons of bitches! Oh, Varric, please forgive me, my brother. I was just jealous of you. How could I ever compete with you for Mother's love? You're strong and handsome, and so very smart. What?
Why lie now about this? What have you to gain?
What do you want from me? I broke in, I found my brother, and it was awkward. Family business.
No. I think there's more to it.
Fine. You want the gory details? I'll give you the gory details.
Will be long gone by then. I'm sorry, but it doesn't add up. I can't let you go. No, I've worked too hard. It can't end like this.
I forgot to mention this, but I'm actually in the middle of fighting Gascard de Puy. Because, well, I don't actually remember if I had to fight him off or not. But his, from what I do remember, or from what I've seen in this house, his story makes absolutely no sense. So I'm sure I've been having this go in the background, and this is the first time I'm actually talking. But yeah, I'm fighting Mr. Gascard Dupuy here and now, with no audio. And now for something completely different. A rant about why I despise this fight. It is a terrible fight in the game, and just a bad sequence leading up to it. Story points aside, I have issues with the story leading up to this point. Minor nitpicks, but oh, I don't like this fight at all. Essentially, it's 3, 4, or 5 waves. I don't know how many. I honestly can't. I cannot keep track because just so many of them spawn in. You basically have a room. I think there's about a dozen, somewhere between a dozen and 15 NPCs and a Templar that comes swarming at you. You kill one wave, and another wave of, I'm pretty sure, the exact same models with the exact same health and the exact same weapons spawn in at the far side of the room where you enter from. You kill those guys off, and now there's a bunch more. And often, as you can see, and I'm pretty sure I had this in my first run, you probably don't have any potions. And the healing that Anders can do is just not enough to put out. Try throwing in some AoE spells. That's great for the first 1, maybe 2 waves. Afterwards, you likely don't have the mana, or are waiting on everything to come off cooldown, and now they've managed to pincushion your guys who cast the AoE. Naturally, of course, my first instinct, funnel them into a narrow choke point, because that's where AoE spells can be, well, at least some of the smaller ones, can be channeled most effectively. For example, Burst Arrow from Varric, or from Sebastian, or your character if you play as an archer. And the only issue with that is the closest and the more optimum place you would want to do that happens to be right beside the spawning zone for the waves of NPCs. And it's just frustrating. I don't like this fight at all. I don't think it's a well-designed fight. Enemies just keep spawning in. You kill a bunch of them off. A bunch more spawn in. It doesn't matter how much health they have. They could have the tiny bar health. But the problem is, most of them likely will have a shot or two taken off on you. And when you have a dozen arrows launching at one of your companions or yourself, you're likely going to end up dying from that. And obviously, when you're down one guy, now they'll go onto a new target, probably pick them off, unless you have Anders in the party to try and heal everybody. And even then, that doesn't always work. It is a frustrating, micromanaged battle that, honestly, I really, really don't like. The only thing, and the other thing that I do not like about this fight, and it's unlike the Rock Wraith or the Arishok or probably any other boss fight that I have encountered or likely will encounter, is I don't learn anything from this fight. The Rock Wraith, hey, I had to pay attention to how it attacks, learn where to position everybody, and it ended up being a really epic boss fight, trying to pick off a boss. Sure, it took a long time to do it on Nightmare mode, but you can get it done without many potions as long as you bring along the right companions. I think I didn't even bring Anders when I went down there, I don't believe, the second time through. I kept it to the same party. Or maybe I did bring Anders, I don't remember. But anyways, it was a challenging fight, but a fight that had a degree of fairness to it. You learn the fight, you learn how the mechanics of it goes, you can pass it with, well, as I had demonstrated in the previous episode, you can pass it first time on Nightmare with very few potions used up, which you're likely not going to have if you're going through the game a first time or are trying it out on Nightmare mode for the first time. The Arishok, I'm trying to learn how to fight that boss. I have managed to get it down. I have managed to get him down, I think, to the 75% mark before ultimately dying and concluded that I did actually need to restart, and hence this whole saga. But that fight, I've learned a bit from, and I've also been tailoring my version of Hawk to try and counter with heavy on damage, as well as abilities that keep shields or that reduce damage, in hopes I could survive a few hits from the Arishok, and getting the occasional damage done with the dog. Not sure what I'm going to do about consumables I can buy for money, or sorry, order, but I'll get there. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. And I know of another fight that I don't want to mention too far of, but it took me a few retries on it. Basically, I had to get the first, in order to get the best result from the fight, I had to get the first couple of spells to cast a certain effect. Then I could deal some pretty heavy damage, and afterwards it was microing around the NPCs trying not to get hit. So that fight, I did actually, once I got the hang of it, thought, hey, this is a decent fight. But this one here, with all these peasants and the Templar, I don't like it at all. It is a poorly designed fight. How I've won it on both attempts was, hey, you see this staircase back here? I'm going to hide back here, draw the first wave over here, kill him, draw the second wave over once I've recovered from being outside of combat. And by the way, that's also hoping that you're not too far up, that you accidentally aggro the next group and they come along and now you don't have that chance to recharge, or worse yet, the enemies that you're fighting don't accidentally aggro the other enemies from proxy distance and then they come over. It's just, to me, I have to cheese this fight, and I don't like that. It's not fun. It's not a good game mechanic. You have to cheese a fight. It's not a good fight. And I know some people would say, well, just drop the game difficulty down and you'll be good. No, I'm playing this on Nightmare. People who are playing it on Nightmare should be able to get it done. Did I bring the right characters? Arguably, maybe not. However, given the fact that I'm a two-handed build, any melee range unit that gets in range of me is likely going to die because of the AoE spells that I have. I'm pretty sure out of all the abilities I can cast, almost half of them are AoE based. And the other ones either help me out and help either with other statuses, or they buff up my stats. They don't do any attack. So, yeah. Anyways, I've had enough fun ranting about this. It's just a poor bot. One of the... There's a couple of fights I can think of in this game that I go, man, this is just a terrible fight. I do not like this. Most fights that you have to cheese in a game with that before bringing the difficulty down is not a good fight. Maybe the Arishok might end up being like that. I'm hoping not, as I was able to get a little bit of his health down. And ultimately, there is a second option for that. I could just fight him off with all my companions there, probably Isabella as well, if I don't bring her in my party, which would effectively give me 5 companions to fight with. And yeah, but that one, at least I have an option to go with either or. If the solo is too hard, I'll have to be a little dishonorable and go with everybody fights at once, which I'd like to avoid, but I would rather do that than lowering the difficulty. Anyways, I've rambled on long enough.
Mother!
There's nothing I can do. His magic was keeping her alive.
I knew you would come.
I tried to find you.
Shh. Don't fret, darling. That man would have kept me trapped in here. Now, I'm free. get to see Carver again. And your father. You'll be here alone.
I should have watched over you more closely. I should have...
My little boy has become so strong. I love you. You've always made me so proud.
And welcome back. You have made it to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed, maybe share this video to anybody who you think will enjoy my content, and also don't forget to check out some of my other stuff. I'm not only doing this game, but I also have done a ton of other games. Well, a ton, I think, I'm not sure how many games I've done at this point, but anyways, here's a small little bit of collection of games that I've done. And if you look on screen, it should take you to either another video or a playlist. Maybe you'll enjoy that. Perhaps you might not. I don't know. We will find out. Hope you all enjoyed, and until next one, take it easy.